I'm here to teach you about bone breakdown. Very important health topic, something that doesn't often get spoken about until it's too late when you're facing osteoporosis, for example. And here's a quick science lesson, physiology, anatomy, whatever you want to call it. Your bone is made of two kinds of tissues, organic and inorganic tissue. Organic tissue is the collagen, and the inorganic tissue is majority calcium. For argument's sake, there's other things, but we won't bring them into this, although it could be phosphorus. In the organic tissue, it's like a tensile strength. Think about a rope that can be flexible, but when you pull it in a certain direction, it resists that tension. So it's almost like resisting pulls. Whereas the organic tissue, the inorganic tissue is much more structural. It helps you to fight compressive forces, so the pushes. It's what gives you the strong structure of the bone, but the inside there are tensile components to it as well. Now, your bone is constantly remodeling. It's reabsorbing, it's removing, and it's rebuilding. And there's two major cells that are responsible for that. Osteoclasts, they eat the bone, they resorb the bone, as it's called, and there's osteoblasts that build your bone. Now, I want you to think about bone breakdown as a cycle, just like calories in, calories out, protein in, protein out, the protein sink that we've talked about before. There's a net direction to this equation. Is there more coming in that's going out, or is there more going out that's coming in? Again, right, just like calories and protein, the same goes for bone breakdown. Now, one of the components is making sure that you're ingesting appropriate amount of calcium. And what helps with absorbing more calcium and getting calcium is also vitamin D. Getting enough vitamin D, like from the sunlight, will help you to absorb calcium better. But that's a side topic. What you want to do is help the osteoblasts build faster than you're breaking down. You want the net positive reaction in this case. And how do you do that? You put your body under mechanical stress. The higher the mechanical stress, the higher the rate of remodeling. And the cool thing about it is how you use your bones helps to create the architecture. This is why sometimes when you look at populations, let's say if you're doing a study of bones in ancient times, the ones that were working hard, let's say in manual labor, tend to have thicker bones than those that were not. And that's because mechanical stress is very specific. It helps to build the bone, but also the bone builds in the direction and the ways that you use it. So it's important. The more you use the bone, the less you lose it. And again, remember I spoke about the inorganic and organic components of the bone, the push and the pull per se. When you want to improve the collagen, the organic component, you want to think about finding ways to pull it. And what's the best way to pull bone is to use your muscles, resistance training. And then how do I want to improve the compression component, the compressive strength, the inorganic component of the bones is to do more plyo work, walking, running. The cool thing is, it would seem that compression and tension are almost opposites, right? So there is some argument that resistance training in the plyometric components, the high intensity, helps to build bone health. So not only do you have to be weight bearing, you need to be standing up, fighting gravity, building up your bone, but adding a resistance training seems to be one of the best ways to build bone. So that's all about bone breakdown. Remember, make sure you're taking enough calcium in, make sure you're having your vitamin D to help you with that. But again, if you don't use it, you lose it.